shot. We're live. Hello, we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is MC Scott coming at you live from Northampton. Beside me is my wonderful good lady Crystal, who's sitting enjoying the telly. She'll be sitting beside me during tonight's show. Now, tonight, we're going to do things back on track again, although I'm not at the desk like I claimed I might be earlier, because I'm running a bit late. I tried to get the desk back in gear, ready for tonight, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to make it. I was using a wrong screw to, one bit to go, the back of the chair. I was using a wrong screw. So I then found the screw I need. I'll get it done. I'll get it done later. I'm looking forward to that. Get the desk ready because I've chucked everything over there. It's all ready. But I'm back in the cockpit of the Pixi Lixir production studio, and here I am, ready to broadcast tonight. So not quite as planned, but plans never always go to plan. So then, let's see, where are we? It's the 30th, Saturday the 30th, isn't it, today, of August? Our favourite month of the year now. May used to be my favourite month, my birthday month. July used to be Crystal's favourite month. It still is our individual favourite months. However, August is now our joint favourite month because that's our anniversary month now. It'll always be the 4th of August, isn't that lovely? 2025. So every year from now, August will be a special month. It's still in August, 31 days. I know we're in August. I happen to know that. I don't normally know these sort of things. I know May has 31. And now we'll remember August has 31 as well. Hey, I think, no, I don't know how many months have 31 days. Is it 3 out of the 12 have 31? I think maybe. Anyway, I'm early, aren't I, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I'm 19 minutes early, and I'll tell you why. Because I was feeling a bit nervous about coming online, so I thought, you know what, just get fired straight in there, and by the time 11 o'clock comes around, I'll be settled in. And now, here's the thing, I'm going to do tonight's show properly. And when I mean properly, the last couple of nights I've been talking about other things. But tonight, I want to get back on track and do the show as it will be going forward, which is that tonight's show from 11 will start looking at my live feed on nextdoor.co.uk, and I'll look at my live most recent feed going back to midnight Friday morning, right? So this morning at 000100 hours, right? Up to 11 o'clock, which is when I'll be broadcasting, and hopefully all the way till the present moment. I mean, that's the objective. The first episode I did, I went over budget by 20 minutes, realised in the end that, you know what, I could carry on until the end every day, but I think it's better to cut off at an hour. So that's what I'm doing now. Regardless of whether I finish the feed or not, I'm cutting off at 11, and I will get more efficient, because the idea is to get everything done in the hour. I'm sure that'll be done. Well, of course I will achieve that objective, absolutely 100%. And the idea is that you know, a pattern might emerge, a sort of a show format might even develop. You know, you might think, I tell you what, I've got an idea for a format. Hold on. Hold on. We might have sound loss. Just one sec. And I'll. Yeah, I need to put a plaster on this plumbing spot. Right. Okay, this is live action, isn't it? So why is that? My headphones turned off. Let's look at the battery levels. Battery levels are good. Hold on. They're not. Oops. Live action, isn't it? So here we are. Let's get these devices. That's connected. And now I'd like the mouse back, please. Oh, mouse there. Mouse. Yeah. Disconnect. I want to connect, please. Can I connect you, please, mousey? Okay, well, you hopefully can hear me. Oh, it's working. The mouse is working, so it is connected. Mouse is connected. Are the earphones connected? Yes, they are. Wonderful. So fingers crossed you can hear me. Okay.
Lovely, lovely. I'm still broadcasting. Good. See, you learn all these things as you go. And for anyone, any true fans out there that have seen all the videos I've deleted, you'll know that I've been doing experimenting. I had 25 YouTube uploads on my channel, and I deleted them all but four, I think. One effort of the short that never turned into short, two shorts, and three normal videos, I think it was. Normal-ish. I don't know if any of the videos I've produced will ever be fully normal, but hopefully you'll enjoy them and you'll continue with me on a journey learning about L.O.C.A.L, the charity in Northampton, and also learning about my medical cannabis journey. I'm MC Scott coming at you from live from Northampton in the UK, and I'm hoping in the future you'll see updates about local charities all around the world. All around the world. How cool would that be? That would be really good, wouldn't it? But no, honestly, I've been buzzing because um, I get excitable, and when I think of all the wonderful opportunities that could come about from having an official charity open that I'm managing, I'll be so proud and I'll be so honoured to be working for it, unpaid as a volunteer. Oh, wonderful. So let's get this startup GoFundMe site, please, off the ground. I've had a donation. We've had one donation, and the first ever donation, thankfully, was wonderful. So yeah, it's like, wow, that was landmark as well. So all these nice landmarks to look forward to going forward. But the GoFundMe page, I haven't linked. I've been saying, oh, I'll link that below. I haven't done any of that yet. But you can, in hindsight, edit things, and at some point I can do that. I mean, essentially, the way I'm approaching things at the moment is just what crosses my nose at the time, following my nose really. What seems the most important thing for me to do at the time gets done really, and then now I'm here doing this. So things do happen. If you follow one step at a time with the process, one small step at a time, things can actually manifest. And then as the foundation grows, things speed up. But as long as you enjoy the process, it doesn't matter how long it takes, does it? That's the key thing about enjoying things. And if you enjoy your work, you never work a day in your life. Well, voluntary work is work. I'll be doing it, and I look forward to it. Fill up my time with voluntary stuff, mainly home based for me. I've got my own medical issues to consider. Crystal has hers. But the beauty of it is, and the policy of L.O.C.A.L in Northampton, the policy is that all volunteers working out the house, out their homes, will be reimbursed travel expenses. All reasonable travel expenses will be reimbursed, and that's a policy, including me. That's everyone at all levels, including me, a volunteer manager of the charity. If I do end up leaving the house, then my reasonable travel costs would be expected. I would expect my reasonable travel costs to be reimbursed, and me as a manager of the charity will be happy to reimburse a manager in my position those reasonable travel costs. Now, you may think, how am I going to police all this? It's only me policing myself. Well, I'll tell you exactly how. Because what I can do is implement rules, instructions, policies, and so on, and they can be recorded and publicly announced online as they're made. So as in an official format from the charity, and then what will happen is an officiation of any time will be made and then made public. So one of them could be, for example, I would like to hold on. I'm going to be using now. I have an absolute myriad of pads and what have you. I love stationery. I would never expect the charity I work for but I'm working for at home to cover that sort of cost. That's my own business. And I've got enough notepaper for myself to last me a lifetime. But I will be buying more. You can bet your boots on it. Anyway, right, here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to say. But for the charity business, and also for the aid of people who have dyslexia, yellow legal pads are the best. I consider, for me, the best way forward. So charity work I do at home, I would expect to be using yellow legal paper, And I personally, being a volunteer volunteer manager, Chris is a deputy manager. Being a volunteer manager, I will expect to be and will be reimbursed for that expenditure. Now I'm going to get yellow pads. I'm going to start using yellow pads before the official. I'm going to have yellow pad in that drawer in a couple of days. Absolutely, definitely. And you can get yellow pads in A6 up to as big as you like, really. Yellow legal pads. Now, so you think to yourself, yellow legal pads. Why are yellow legal pads around? Why are legal pads yellow? Good question. I've found out that yellows and black is a good combination for people with dyslexia. I'm dyslexic. I say black. It's handy because I prefer black ink. So for me, that's a marriage made in heaven. I don't buy blue ink. I buy black ink. It's just me. Some people really, like at the registry office, the lady used a fountain pen, which we napped about briefly. She used a filler one that she'd fill up daily at the start of the shift. And you need gloves and you have alcohol hand wash on your desk. And I was like, yeah, I dig that. I've got a cartridge one. And she's like, I can see the advantages of cartridges, but I can see the advantages of having a fill-up system. And nice, really. It's a nice way going on having a filler upper. I've only one fountain pen because when I started out getting my lab set up, I thought, I'd like a nice fountain pen. I've got a starter fountain pen. It's like my starter fountain pen, you know what I mean? My first one. Really good though. It's proper good. But it's my first one. But I will get more. I'm going to show you it. No, it's at the desk. I'll have to show you that another day. But I've got well, actually, you probably hear me using this. So as I lean forward, I can carry on talking. You should be able to hear me still. Right. So I'm looking for a pen. As part of my series, here it is. Look at that beauty. Now this is a ball pen in the same range, in the same, it's the same range as my fountain pen, and it's the same style, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Like clicker. I prefer clicker to the twist because, well, I've had twisters go wrong on me and they do heavy. However, I have a cross slider pen that only uses cross ink. Love it though. So that's another kind of ink I buy because any ball pen and I did like I say, I would prefer the retractable. Any ball pen I use space ink. That's a space ink, 0.5 mil black space ink. That's what I use. Any of these pens I own have that ink in it. But like I say, I own the fountain pen of this beautiful pen, and that uses long black ink cartridges. Anyway, like I say, I use black ink, right? So black and yellow happens to be a great combo if you're dyslexic. So I am, and that's perfect. But like I say, I'd like the charity will reimburse me for future ongoing yellow pads, but I will be starting out. Like as soon as I take delivery, that's my money. I don't care. I want to use yellow pads. I'll use them. But in the future, I really would appreciate the charity reimbursing me an Amazon subscription of a pad of this and that every month. You know what I'm saying? Best, you know what I'm saying? So that's fair, and it will apply to any volunteer. The same rules would apply to everyone else following that rule book. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, so I won't harp on. I try not to repeat myself too much. Notes, you see, and this is the thing about me. Notes, I wouldn't get anywhere without them, and I use notes of many different kinds, all different mediums of notes, and that ultimately all get captured and transferred and stored in the cloud, and that's how I operate. Now, here's a thing for you guys to consider. All viewers, please, particularly those who might wish to contribute towards the charity in the future, what I'd like you to understand is that as part of the startup of the charity, you've got to determine whether you need to sort out data protection rules. And I've picked that I would like to have that sort of protection. So I will have data protection, or whatever that entails. I'm going for it. However, yes, I will tick all the boxes and make sure everything's safe. However, I made a decision, an executive decision, a managerial decision in my capacity as volunteer manager of the startup charity L.O.C.A.L in Northampton. Yes, I made the executive decision that I will. Can you remember what my executive decision is, please, Crystal? Have I told you what my executive decision is? Okay. Well, I came up with an executive decision. Oh yeah, about the rule book. Mention the rule book. Yes, I'll be. Oh, I look forward to that. That'll be fun. I've got I mentioned I bought a whiteboard today. Well, I did buy it today. I took delivery of it today. That's gone up. It's a proper buzz shop. I was rushing. I use Velcro strips instead of string because I can't find the bloody string. But I thought I'm gonna have that up. I don't care. I use a Velcro strip, so I'm gonna find some string and cut that off the side and get it up. I will, but it's up, bodged up. It's up, bodged up, but it's there. All right, guys, give me a break. All right, get over it. Good news for you. Looking at this beard. I made another executive decision as manager of L.O.C.A.L. in Northampton. Yes, I am now going to be purchasing a private purchase. Goodness me, I don't want to have to think about every time I spend money whether I differentiate between. I think I should say, like my own personal money, right? I'm going to stop using temporary purple beard dye. And the lady Rhiannon, who knows who she is, right, this is temporary, right? Or what do they call it? It's temporary. You put it on and then it will wash out. And I actually really enjoy the process of it washing out. You know, it starts off bold, bosh in your face and then just wears out. And then you think, I tell you what, I can't be able to do it. And then you've had about 5 days of it being all grey and you think, I'm doing it again. And then you get your nails done again. You're like, bosh, I'm in your face again. But I enjoy the whole process. But anyway, let me explain something. I'm going permanent on purple. Here's a little true story. Once upon a time, I used to. Now, if you're watching and you know the affiliation of Green Beard and you know who you are, Ian, right? I want you to get in touch, please. Reach out. Because we were mates once until I fucked that up by getting outrageously angry at you and your lady friend. I hope everything's going well. You both know who you are. I can't wait to meet you again. Right? I'm going to try and reach out to you on Facebook. But anyway, have I lost the plot of what I'm just saying again? I had another brainwave I wanted to tell you, and then I lose track. Oh god! This is why I need to use notes. They're essential. Can you remember what I was going to say there, darling? No, because if you don't mind. Are you? Oh, bless you. Yes, please. Thank you very much. So CHR is off to bed. She's tired, and she's turned the telly off for me, which I appreciate. So I suppose. Oh no, no, darling. Oh, hold on. Let me put my feet down. Hold on. Love you. Come and tuck you in when I need a wee, probably next. All right. You see yourself in. I'll tuck you in when I see you probably later. All right, darling. Bye. Bye. Oh, that's nice. So Chris is off today. I'm in the house myself, so I'm going to lower my volume down. There's less background noise, isn't there? So all night. The window. Chris is in bed. I'll open the window now. Mum's all right. Right then, I need a bit of background noise. So, what's the single I've been playing on repeat constantly, forever, today? Been on repeat constantly, forever, today. I've got to find out the name of the music that I've been playing forever, today. I'm going to tell you what it is. I want to find out what I've been playing forever, today. I'm going to disclose that information to you publicly now, live, from Northampton, United Kingdom. Oh, I found the tab I need. Get into the tab. That's going to help matters greatly. You know, if I get into the correct tab, the chances of me finding the information I need will increase exponentially. I'm now looking at the tab and I'm going to find out the music I want to play. All right. All right. And lo and behold, it isn't blooming it. However, Pirates by Pirates. Alexa, play Pirates by Caravan Palace. Thank you. Alexa, repeat track. Thank you. Ooh. I mean, this was in my top 5 of Caravan Palace's favourite tunes, right? Now it's number 1. That's within the last 3 days. That's how quickly this song has grown on me, and it is absolutely beautiful. There's a lot there. I can see you again. I couldn't see myself. I can now. Oh my God, what am I doing? But anyway, Caravan Palace, you know who you are, Natasha, but you suggested them to me. Never heard of them before. Never heard of them before. Caravan who? Check them out, of course. Well, of course, you get a suggestion from someone younger than you who's on the ball and you're having a sensible conversation, they suggest sensible music, you think, look, yeah, I'll pay attention. Or especially as I have recently been on the lookout for new music, I'll ask people, what are you into at the moment? And those that actually furnish you with an answer, you're like, right, okay, you pay attention, you try it out. And then you find some gold mines on the way, right? And Caravan Palace is one of those. I stumbled upon it and thought, good lord, this is quality music. Now, all music fall into genres. Caravan Palace are no different, and they have a genre, and it's called something, and it's going to come to me. I'll tell you what it is. Trippy hop, was it trippy hip hop, wasn't it? Yeah. Mention in the comments, please. I haven't had any comments. I'm not sure, but no, I don't think I have. But, it would be a pleasure if you did comment, good or bad, because maybe you think can't take the criticism. Oh no, I probably won't. If you do provide bad criticism, I don't know what I'll do. I can't go for a long swim because I don't live near the coast. Northampton's the furthest place from the coast in England, so I wouldn't go for a long swim at the event that became a fact. But it won't become a fact. Ha. I don't even know. I don't even know if you can hear this. I hope so. But otherwise, anyway, it'll be a good clickbait for anyone editing this. I need to put a plaster on my face, all right? All right, see you soon. And then I'm going to tuck Crystal in as well, all right? So I'll see you soon, guys. Now, I have got a graphic, right, that I'll use in the future in the event of me leaving the screen, being away from the keyboard. However, in this instance, I'm just going to leave the screen blank. 2 things to explain. Firstly, dead footage is not good footage, or what is good? Dead air isn't good air, is it? I have a habit of talking, yabbering on. I worked in the most important call center role I've ever had is working for gas. Transco, fuck yeah, we're gonna come and save the motherfucking day, yeah. I worked for Transco now in their National Emergency Call Centre based in Northampton until I got sacked for no show, no contact, which is a way I got sacked from a few jobs, no show, no contact. Anyway, right, so that's the best job I've got fired from, I think, in terms of the position that I attained. In the space of time I did it, it's quite remarkable. I did really well. But essentially, what I did, I pat myself on the back because I was a call centre operative who went to floor walker to someone who monitored calls to someone who became a learning facilitator ultimately. And as a learning facilitator, you go on courses and stuff. But the entire work culture transfer was absolutely superb, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I really felt as though I fitted in there. And it's an environment where I have had people who I've worked with in a nice, friendly, professional, wonderfully lovely way. And I think people that have worked with me there, I'd love to reach out with you. You've had a completely different experience with me than people who have worked in different sectors with me. So you're the side of me that you have seen, I'd love to have back in my life, because that's a fond part of my life, being a transfer. Very good. That was in Northampton, all shut down. I think they're completely shut down and moved somewhere else. But essentially, Newcastle all come down. They piled down from Newcastle. They bowled in from Northampton and smashed up the town, didn't they? Came in, painted the town bloody red, and boshed us all on the nose, didn't they? Had a lovely head office here, all brand sparkling bells and whistles, lovely facility. The canteen in that building, absolutely superb. Their salad. Right now, we're talking. If you like your salad, you'll like perhaps Morrison's High Street salads, where you got your salad bar and you fill up. They had a salad bar. They had a salad bar better than that. I'd actually go and say their caterers were top notch, really quality, and of course, I developed a relationship with them. Really brilliant bunch. I thoroughly enjoyed having my breaks there because they were good. You'd have nice company on your breaks because the work people were good. The work age range was good because of the age I was at. There was nice below and above levels. Wonderful. I'd never tried to jump my. I never tried to jump up any ranks. Things progressed nice and naturally, and it was wonderful. I met a fiance there. I'm not mentioning her name at all, but hi there, you're a doctor now, aren't you? Fantastic. Can't wait to. I've been trying to find you on Facebook, right? You're gonna have to reach out to me. You'll find me, MC Scott. No problem. Look forward to that. All right, that'd be great. Can't wait. So yeah, look forward to hooking up with you again, and I'm sure you and your children are doing well. Your husband's too handsome, so I want him dealt with. All right, I want you to sort him out. I want him either turned ugly or just divorce him and move on to someone who's ugly, please. And then I'll be happy to carry on. Apart from that, hey, I tell you what, you're a handsome couple, you both are, and you've got beautiful kids. You've done well. And you're a doctor. I'm proud. I'm proud as punch having known you. Obviously, I weren't up to your standards at the time, was I? You had to move on and find someone who was. So kudos to your husband, who's clearly got big balls, hasn't he? Anyway, enough about your husband's balls. I'm not mentioning your name, but you know who you are. And yeah, handsome couple there. So there's a lesson there. If you don't live up to the standard of a woman you're with, and you lose her, and you know why, you don't begrudge that person that, and if they're kind enough to forgive you and move on, and she's a doctor now. How cool is that? Not of medicine, of marketing. She hasn't helped me in any of my endeavours, by the way. I haven't liaised with her I haven't spoken with her for what, a couple of years? A couple of years, and that was flukily, and I can't remember how that was. That was just by fluke. Found out she was a doctor. Amazing, isn't it? But yeah, I do digress. But that's a nice little story, isn't it? Was I telling you a story when I began to digress? I might have been I was going to put a spot plaster on and tuck Crystal in. I was wondering if my microphone will be plugged in and it'll work. I was telling you about a graphic, telling you about graphics, and I've got I've got to see you later on live, transmitting, having a break, but the volume might be on graphic. Right? That'll be here. I can't wait to get to the desk. If I was at the desk now, I would be. Oh, I am going live. Oh, what am I talking about? I'll be going live. I'll be that person. But I'm already buzzing, and it's not. Right, okay, I'm off. I'm off. That's what you can smell. All right. Let's go and tuck Crystal in. Ooh. Right, now, when I tuck Crystal in, often she has a quite reasonably decent tucking in experience. Normally, she has a pretty decent tucking in experience. You know, no harm comes to her or me in the tucking in experience. The only likely harm comes from me tripping over in the bloody dark because my night vision is shite. But anyway, yeah, I couldn't be a soldier. I'm deaf in the left ear. My night vision is. I know you got to adapt to it, and I'm looking in bloody light now to make sure you can see me. But no, I know you got to adjust that lightness and all that, and I do appreciate that, everybody. I honestly, genuinely do. But I have a difficulty distinguishing blacks in blacks on the. Oh. Anyway, Bella is wearing a luminous orange. Oh, there she is. She's sleeping. Oh, she's wearing a luminous orange neckband with a bell. I think she understands. I'm hoping she understands why she's wearing it, and it's saving her. But I now can hear. I'm partially deaf in this ear, but in this house, I've had 10 years to adjust to the acoustics. I don't wear my hearing aid much. When I go out, I like to remember to wear it. Although, because when it's like anything, if you're not wearing your hearing aid absolutely constantly, like I have in the past, have constantly worn it, and then you forget to take it out and go in the shower and realise it's on. But I'm the opposite at the moment because I don't wear it very often at home because I've adapted to the acoustics. However, when I go out, it's not very often. So you forget your bloody hearing aid. But again, because I'm more adapted than ever now to my hearing loss, you know, things get better at it. You know, things actually can improve. And in terms of how I've adapted. So, but they wouldn't let me in the army because I cannot distinguish where sounds are coming from. So if I hear a sound, I wouldn't know where that sound is coming from. That's where Crystal, my co-pilot, helps me a lot. Oh yeah. Oh, it's live broadcast time. I'm late. It's 11 minutes past 11. What a cool number. Isn't that a nice number? I'm going to go and tuck Crystal in. I'm not putting it up anymore. See you soon. Hello, darling.
Oh yeah.
I'm come to tuck you up.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yeah, I love you, darling. I kept saying I'm going to go and tuck Crystal in now. Talk for about another 10 minutes. No, I'm really going to tuck Crystal in now. I really am. No,
Thank you,
like that.
darling.
Love you. Ow. Oh, dear. And oh my god, I'm destroying the place. And I'm back. Can you hear me? I hope so. Hope you can again now. I'm within range of the actual microphone, so you will be able to. Right then, my pens are over here. Oh yeah, I've shown you my pen. Now I bet you're keen to know what it is, aren't you? Right, let's see. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up now. Exactly what my pen is, dear viewers. Because they're from a range. Oh, you wait until you know what this is, because they're reasonably priced as well. Because that's that's my modus operandi. Right then, so what am I looking for? Search history of Amazon. I'm a very, very, very big fan of Amazon. I'm a huge, huge fan of Amazon. What I've found in life is that sometimes I can't emphasize things enough. Right? I would like to actually emphasize just what a big fan I am of Amazon. I don't think I can actually emphasize it enough. Just how much of a fan I am of it. Sometimes I like to emphasize it to strangers just how much of a fan I am of Amazon. And I've just realised I'm looking at eBay. I'm not actually, which is why I'm clicking in an area where I know I should be clicking. However, it's in there because I'm looking at the wrong bloody website. What's coming? Let's have a look what's coming, shall we? Oh, lovely. Purple permanent hair dye. Get in there. But I'm not going green. Am I in? Oh no, it doesn't suit me, mate. It's not going to suit me. Purple is the way forward, mate. But I'm never going to own that domain either. So if you want to rent that, you take it, mate. It's on me, all right? But you pay for it. I'm not paying for it, all right? You think I'm fucking stupid? Duh. Okay, right. So get that through your bonnet. If you want it, get it, mate. All right. All the best, buddy. All right. So we got that's coming on Monday. We got what we got coming tomorrow. Kaplunk. Kaplunk. I want to show you this. I've got a blue hard hat coming tomorrow. Wonderful. Have a guess how much that was. I'm going to tell you because I don't want you to think I'm being wasteful with money. Because I paid £7.96 for a black rock. Now they are a make. Blue hard hat safety helmet for construction. And it is all certified up to the bloody hilt. And that beauty, I could have got all sorts of colours, but I chose blue just because I liked it. My dog Scarer came today, and I know that worked because I did put it off in the vicinity of Bella. So yes, it does work. No, let me explain this. I pointed it away from her, and when it went off, she was like, "Oh, there's something going on here." It works. So anyway, I'm not going to test it anywhere else near her, but I will one day if I am in the presence of a pack of wild dogs, have an opportunity to test it then. In the event that it doesn't work, and I get the opportunity to report that it doesn't work, having not been ripped to shreds. In the event that that happens, I tell you what I'll do. Right, I will probably get a taxi to their head office and batter whoever it is that bloody invented the product. Just batter them. You know what I mean? What I do, leave them on the street. Well, what I do, well, let me just clarify what I do to that individual who works at that place, right? Because if I survive that attack, right? Okay, I'm going to clarify. So what I'd do, I'd approach that individual, then I'd drag him out to the street where I'd beat him unconscious. I render that individual unconscious, leave them on the street. But before I left them, I'd actually strip them of their stuff. So everyday carry. Hopefully they've got a bit decent everyday carry, so I'll strip him of that. Boots, they're getting chucked somewhere, or any footwear, they're getting thrown, aren't they? They'll chuck that over there, chuck that over there. They're getting just chucked, aren't they? Right? I don't want them smelly fuckers. Off they go. They're getting thrown around. So that's how I deal with footwear. Actual clothing. Well, there's such a thing as a rag tag bag. They're going rag tag. If it's they might get rag tag if they're decent clothes and they haven't got blood. If there isn't any, depends if I left blood on him really. I mean, his trousers won't be any good because I just shattered his shin bone already. But the thing is, I wouldn't have done much to his upper body. His throat would be fucked though, wouldn't it? Let's see. But no, his upper garments would be pretty clear of blood. Oh no, sorry, blood. No, I'd have to rag tag. In fact, actually, I'll burn it, won't I? Because I can't even rag tag. You don't shit on your own doorstep. And what I mean by that is if you are going to send, if you're a charity and then as a result of receiving stuff that you don't want to use for your charity and then you donate it to, or what you then do is sell it. So you sell stuff you don't want for your charity. You actually sell that product to someone who will use it. Generally don't get very good prices, and certainly not a small charity that can't command very much buying power or trading power. However, that said, it's better than bugger all. It's better than kick at the bum. But what I'm trying to say is you don't kick yourself up your own bum by spending too much on things unnecessarily or things that you don't squander charity money because that is kicking yourself up your bum, isn't it? You don't shit on your own doorstep. So you make sure you look after things. You look after your pennies, basically, because what you're being donated is treasure. It's lifeblood. It's a donation given to a charity that is given out to good causes. It's like a source of life. It's like a part of a lifeblood. It becomes a lifeblood of what you're creating. You're buying into that charity. You're wishing that charity succeeds. So you're buying into that whole thing, and it's all getting created, and it's all got to be based on peace and love. And I tell you what, as well, Judge Judy will tell you this: if you go into a court with dirty hands, the court won't entertain you. If you present yourself to God with dirty hands, He will ask you to absolve yourself. He will ask you to to forgive, to ask for forgiveness for your sins. And if you are sin, forgive them for your sins, and then you are then allowed to be seen in front of God. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so the point is, right, you don't go to court with dirty hands. You don't present yourself in front of the Lord. You won't get accepted past God, right, if you've got dirty hands, right? Without wanting to get all religious on it, but basically it is all about the universal being. It doesn't matter what religion you are, scientifically, there is one God. And if he turns your back on you, you're fucked. You're living in your own personal hell. Okay, you'll exist. If God turns his back on you, you are going to still exist. However, you will then be in your own world, right? And the beauty of being in your own world is your imagination can create all sorts of horrible shit. So if you're stuck in your own world and God has turned his back on you, then you're probably in for an infinitely long time of perilous shit. That is hell. Anyway, but that's hell. But aside from hell, let's talk about God, because yes, like I say, I'm only going to accept there's one real God. However, and that's the God that I'm grateful to. Thank you. However, essentially, what I will say is this: is that there are many, many other gods too. Gods that are so God to me, they're a god. To us, to creatures, anything lesser than us, and anything up into much higher than us, they are godlike. So there's many, many gods. Okay. However, there's one God. If God, the God, turns his back on you, you cease to exist from reality that everyone else is in. You won't be there anymore. Okay. Reality goes on. You don't. You're stuck in. You will go on forever, but you're stuck in your reality. God is not looking at you anymore. You're fucked. The reality where God is still looking at carries on. Okay, that is the essence of God. However, I am not going to sit here and criticize anyone who decides to follow any religion whatsoever. No way. No way. Not because I'm stupid. Not because I'm afraid of what they might think of me. No, not because of that, but because if a person is using a religious, and I'm not talking about extremists here, I'm talking people that use religion and see it for what it is and lead good lives, not the idiots, but those that lead good, honest, religious lives are fine. I don't care what religion you are. If you're a good practitioner of a religion, I want to meet you and shake your hand and have your cultural drink. We'll share that, please. I'd enjoy that. Thank you very much. I don't want to have a cucumber sandwich with you. Thank you. I want to enjoy your culture. We'll enjoy it together, hopefully. And if you come to my home, I'll make you a sandwich, not cucumber, because I bloody hate cucumber sandwiches, but I'll make something nice for you that respects your culture as well. And we'll break bread. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about in terms of religion. That's religion, how it should be, not hatred. I don't care what religion a person's in. If they're following their religion nicely and with respect and peace and love, in following their religion in the face of the God, why wouldn't you want to meet anyone of that character? You're going to want to meet them because that person will then enlighten your life. Okay, there'll be a reason why you are then breaking bread with that person. And I'm still alive, thank goodness. So yeah, the number at the moment 43. I like that number too. I like lots of numbers. So yeah, that's what it's all about. I think I've surmised religion there, but can I just emphasise as well? I've given you a really good bloody insight into my thoughts on religion. Fucking hell, I've covered that base now, right? So hopefully, what I can do in the future, if you want to know about my thoughts on any of this, I could then refer you back to this episode and say, check that episode out, because this isn't a political channel. But if you want to have my thoughts on that, check out this episode, DM me, and we'll talk more. I'll talk about any topic. That's one thing about me. I'll talk about anything. Now, see this? My venti, I'm a bit fed up with it. Oh, look, no wonder it's cooked. Absolutely cooked. Look. No wonder I'm a bit fed up with it because there's nothing coming out. I was bored of it. Right. Yeah, so I think that sums that up. So what I'm doing here is we've got AVP now after vaped bud, yeah? And now I'm keeping that because not because I make edibles, because I have pancreatic insufficiency that's never going away. It's one of the reasons I want disability. Bowel issue is always going to be an issue for me. It's one reason why I'm a skeleton, because I've got, I'm skin and bone again now. No, I'm not. I'm not skin and bone. I'm perfectly healthy. Well, not perfectly healthy in terms of not healthy, but you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I am a skinny gentleman, right? But I'm not unhealthy right now. I'm doing all right because I'm eating well. My activity levels have increased, although there's a great bit of room for improvement. You know what I mean? There's always room for improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rest on your laurels. But look, that is AVP. I don't eat it because I have got pancreatic indigestion. However, I'm naughty and I smoke. I follow my own personally invented 80-20 rule. So if I have 10 grams of product, I will grind it all and then portion off 80% of it to use for vaping purposes and 20% to use for my guilty pleasure of smoking purposes, which I know is naughty. I know that, get over it. So yeah, so what I do is, look, see, that is now, right, okay, I digress, but have you heard of Lucky Strike cigarettes? They're toasted, right? Now, if you combust that, if you smoke that, there's no nicotine in it, is there? It's only you're actually smoking vape weed, aren't you? It's been cooked in an oven, right? So right, check this out. This is like toasted, isn't it? It's like smoking a Lucky Strike, but using a hemp Lucky Strike, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's really nice. I smoke it now. That's what I've found. I blooming well smoke it. It's absolutely delicious. Really, really nice. So that is a guilty sin. If I'm having a THC break, I just start smoking this stuff. I go through all my butts, because I don't necessarily. And now I do this. You see, it's best practice. I'll tell you why. People think, oh, that's a dirty, disgusting thing to do. No, because if I'm using my pipe, this, and I've got um, my mouth filter at the end, which I'm going to have to do a review on because they're superb. Got my mouth filter as well. So this is all away from my face. The smoke's going well away from my face, right? And now I'm enjoying a nice joint, or maybe one of my AVB toasted hemp cigarettes, right? So I'm smoking that. It's away from me, not going in my eyes. I can do that right with my right hand, yeah, and do it, and it's not getting in my face, right? And because I got a filter, it's apart from now you see you can use a bong, and that is the second safest way of consuming it after vaping. So you can vape it, then you can bong it, then you can smoke it with a filter. So although it is naughty, come on, people, give me a break. I'm making efforts here, guys. It's not that bad. I'm even using a bloody filter. But I love the ritual. That word came to me today, didn't the other day? It's a ritual, the process, the unwinding, it's all lovely. Now you see that here, there's a chest of drawers there, and on top of that is where is it there? Yeah, there's a pencil case with my my dry white markers that was in the kitchen on top of the spice drawer cupboard. It wasn't getting used in the kitchen. I only use 4 colours in the kitchen. That pencil case now is in above on top of that bookcase. But what's going on top of that bookcase is a Zen sandpit with a rake. And so the idea is I'll use the whiteboard while standing up and use multicolours of pens that are in my pencil case there. And I'll use that as a standing up surface with the rake in, so I can do a bit of Reiki. No, it's not Reiki, sorry. So I can do a bit of Zen, open, one-mindedness. Okay, let me get my words right. I can do some Zen, one mindfulness practice while standing and contemplating before selecting the colour and using my right hand to create, and then using a system with Rocketbook, you can then, which I'll bring through from the kitchen, I think, into the lounge. I just take pictures of the whiteboard in the kitchen, but here I use a Rocketbook system. Take the picture, it files it, does it, transcribes it, does all the stuff I want to have chosen for that file to happen with it, and off it goes to wherever location, 5, 6 locations I've chosen. Off it goes, does its thing. Might be an email, it might be a specific email address and an email folder, and then followed by a storage unit on my virtual drive, and so on and so on. Here's what I wanted to tell you. Okay, hold that thought, VIP thought. Yeah, all paperwork via of L.O.C.A.L will be, like I mentioned, yellow note, legal note paper. Yeah, no, all the filing, all the paperwork isn't going. Even I've covered the data protection angles. Nothing about L.O.C.A.L in Northampton is going to be stored on a computer. On a computer, sorry, it's all going to be filed away manually in a secure filing cabinet. So that's the way this L.O.C.A.L in Northampton is going to operate. And I'm going to put in my law book rules pertaining to other local charity outlets and how they should apply the same selection process of their choices. So that if they decide to adopt a system, they'll adopt one of a few choices, perhaps, of how they derive what system they want to use, and that will be compliant to my ethos, essentially. Hopefully that made sense. Sometimes I wonder, right, I've got to get a spot plaster on, right? Oh dear. Right, I'm off. I tucked Crystal in. Did you hear that? I tucked her up doing proper tonight. I mean, some nights, often I tuck her in, it goes okay, but some nights I tuck her up bad. Oh God, some nights I tuck her up so bad. I tuck her up and I wonder, I come back in and I feel guilty. I think, I tucked her up too much. Oh, I tucked her up too badly tonight. Could this constitute abuse? I mean, what if someone calls social services on me for tucking her up too well? Like, I mean, I say well, I mean tucking her up, not tucking her in. I'm talking about tucking her up. Sometimes I proper fucking tuck her up. You know what I mean? When I tuck someone up, mate. Oof, well, I didn't tuck. I tucked her in tonight. I didn't tuck her up, but oh, if I tucked you up, mate. Oof. No, but so I do wonder if when I do tuck her up, you know, if I tuck her up too badly, you know, is anyone gonna? Well, I've said it on here now. Maybe the social services come and talk about me tucking her up too much. We'll have to see. But she's the only person that can talk about it. For me to get done tucking her up like I do at night in bed, she's going to have to dob me in, and she probably won't be. She'll probably be too scared, wouldn't she? I doubt she'll have the courage to grass on me, probably out of fear. So fear that will probably ultimately stop her from getting me in trouble. I think it'll be the fear. Sometimes when I tuck her in, she gets the claw. She gets that occasionally. Halloween, the claw sometimes comes out a bit. She survives every year. I mean, I've known the lady for what, 13, coming up, over 13 years. She survives it so far, and it's that she survived the 13th year. So I think it's boding well for the future. She's doing all right. I mean, she survived, so that's fair. If she survives to 30 with me, if we both sides survive to 30 and she gets that far and she gets all through all them Friday the 13th, I think there's a very good chance her and I will live together forever. Together, like forever. Her and I will live forever. Forever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, seriously. So if she survives me till we're both 30, I ain't doing the math. You can work that out. I'm 52, right? So if we both, whatever I just said, great. If she survives that, wonderful. So what have we got? 6 minutes left. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is ready. It's heated. Quick. Oh. So after tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to chill out. I need a wee. What am I going to do at hospital? Because when I go to, oh yeah, I'm having a hernia operation. When I go to hospital and I need to go for a wee, I generally ask Crystal. I say, look, Crystal, I need a pee. She will then probably say something like, well, normally she'll say, go then. And what I tend to do at that point is go for a wee, like, you know, I might put it off a bit, and then she'll say, you know, you're going for a wee, go for a wee, boy, you know, go for a wee, or you're gonna have an accident in your chair, you know, so go for a wee, boy. And yeah, I'll go for a wee. You know. But what am I going to do when I'm in hospital and I haven't got anyone to tell me to go for a piss? Well, I know I need to go for a piss, but then what? What do I do then? Ring Crystal and say, Crystal, I need to go for a piss. What do you propose I do? And we'll just see how it goes from now. So I just things like that when I go into hospital, I just play it by ear, isn't it? But I've got a new pair of pajamas, and let me tell you my attire. I've got about 4.5 minutes, okay? All right. Gym jams. Here they are. I'm wearing them. Oh, get in there. I've got another pair with the tags not removed, right? So I've got a pair of them for the hospital, right? Get in, right? Okay. I'm wearing socks from on that ass unopened. They're as yet unopened. They're getting in. They're getting out. I'll have no. I've got two unpaired, one uncut, one unopened. They're going with me. I've on that ass socks. Pairs of on that ass pants. So they're cool, right? So that's me looking cool already, right? Anyone else seeing me in my pants, hopefully will fancy the pants off me. I mean, you never know. You just never know. Fingers crossed, I'll fancy the pants off me. But then I've got my Jim Jam bottoms on, yeah, and then I've got what I chose is a collarless. Let me get it right. Hold on. Not Incy Wincy, is it? Oh yes, a collarless, long, wee willy winky shirt. I haven't got the hat because I wear a skull cap, but I didn't get myself a wee willy winky hat. But I've got a wee long wee willy winky shirt that goes over the gin jam bottoms. I like the colour, and there's another similar one. But because they wash so well, because this material washes so well, it will look good as new when I pull it out and wear it at the hospital. Fantastic. So I'm going to be feeling quite smart in my private room. Yeah, I'm going private because I was given the option. You see, don't let me slag the NHS off too much because I'm being very well looked after. I think Northampton Trust especially doing something really right because I was given the opportunity to choose between having an operation done at the general hospital using the normal NHS facilities, or I had a choice of a private hospital locally and others. I chose the one local to me, which is the same building, the same estate that I worked on in privately for the mental health industry when I worked serving food at St Andrew's Hospital in Northampton. I was serving food there as my job as a caterer is that type of catering. So I served the food on the wards, and then to fill up the day, you'd help the chefs do their prepping and stuff for the dinner shift that I'd then serve and clean up, call it a day. That was my shift. So that's what I do on them days. Back in them days, that's what I was doing. So yeah, that helps me with portion control, and also gives me because the chefs in these establishments absolutely top notch. What a lovely job! What a number! If you can get a job doing that at the Mental Home Institute, fantastic. If you're a mental health patient, I'm using old fashioned terminology. If you're a service user at one of these establishments, you can rest assured you will eat well, really well. You'll be eating very good food, and any top line intelligence agency will tell you that it's a secret to good health is good diet. My Crystal and I's diet is comparable, if not better, than the menu on that of that establishment, without a doubt. And I can surpass it, and I will be surpassing that as my recovery increases, so on and so forth. I'm getting close to an hour. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I know I've covered a various bit of topics, and I know I haven't gone through the newsfeed again. But let's hope my advert, whatever it was, my response to the lost cat. Let's hope the lost cat's phone found Oliver, mate. I hope you're found, buddy. I haven't seen you since, so I think there's a good chance he's been home, found, back at home, etc., etc. My finding you, mate, was bloody blocked. Can you believe it? So anyway, Lucy, I hope your cat is found. Coming to the end of the stream. Let's hope Nextdoor can prove to work because the cat is found. I've formed a part of the help. Hey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. This is MC Scott coming live at you from Northampton.